Wow. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, this past weekend was, well, it was one for the history books. This wasn't just another big event weekend. No, this was the kind of weekend that completely redraws the map of the entire industry. We are talking about absolute chaos, career-altering moments, and a fundamental shift in how the business works, all packed into about 48 hours.
Okay, just look at this. This slide lays out the insanity perfectly. On one side, you've got WWE crowning its big WrestleMania headliners and maybe, just maybe, retiring a legend. And at the exact same time, you've got a major AEW name debuting in WWE, while a former top WWE star walks into AEW and wins a championship on his very first night. It was non-stop, head-spinning stuff.
All right, so let's start with the WWE side of things, the Royal Rumble. Coming to us from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This is always the official kickoff on the road to WrestleMania, but this year it felt different. It felt like it came with some of the most dramatic twists we've seen in a long, long time. Yeah, CBS Sports pretty much nailed it with this headline. It perfectly captures the two massive, totally opposite stories of the night, doesn't it? For two people, it was the start of the biggest journey of their year. For another, well, it might have just been the end of the line. So let's break down the key outcomes. First, the winners. You've got Roman Reigns winning his second Royal Rumble, a huge deal, putting him in truly elite company. And then you have Liv Morgan winning her first ever Rumble, an absolutely massive moment for her career. But the story that has everyone buzzing is the potential end for the phenomenal AJ Styles. He lost a career-threatening match to Gunther, and the reports flying around are that his contract is up and he's not planning to re-sign. Just, wow. But here's the thing. As massive as the Royal Rumble was, that was only half the story shaking up the wrestling world. While all that was happening, the thing we fans call the forbidden door, that barrier between rival companies, it wasn't just opened. It was blown clean off its hinges. And this timeline just shows you the sheer speed of it all. I mean, we are talking about contracts expiring and that same talent showing up on a rival's TV show on the same day. Powerhouse Hobbs from AEW is suddenly in the Royal Rumble as Royce Keys. And then, just a few hours later, Tommaso Ciampa, fresh out of WWE, walks onto AEW Collision and leaves with the TNT title. This is just not how things used to work. It's a total game changer. And Ciampa's debut, it wasn't just a shocker, it was literally historic. He's now the first man to ever win a title in his debut match in AEW, joining Mercedes Moné on a very, very short list. This tells you everything you need to know about where AEW is right now. They're a destination where a top free agent can walk in the door and be treated like a main eventer from minute one. No waiting, just immediate, record-breaking impact. So what is going on here? How does all of this happen at once? Well, it's not just a few wrestlers making big moves. There's something much bigger happening under the surface. There are these huge strategic shifts that are basically reshaping the entire business as we know it. Okay, first up, there's a huge change happening in how WWE is building its future. For years, they've been all in on their Next in Line program, right? Recruiting college athletes who've never wrestled a day in their lives. Well, according to reports, that's about to change in a big way come 2026. This is basically a back-to-the-future move for them, with guys like William Regal and Gabe Sapolsky, who are legends at scouting indie talent, leading the charge. It's a clear signal. They're going back to focusing on performers who have already cut their teeth on the independent scene. They want TV-ready talent, which could mean a much more polished and experienced main roster in the years to come. And the changes might not stop there. There are whispers, reports of talks happening inside WWE about maybe, just maybe, getting rid of the brand split between Raw and SmackDown. Some folks apparently feel like the whole concept has kind of run its course and just isn't as relevant anymore. And all of this seems to be pointing to a brand new era of cooperation? I know, it sounds weird, but we're seeing a real talent-sharing deal between WWE and Mexico's AAA promotion. We've got an active partnership between TNA and NXT. The biggest companies in the world are working together in ways we just haven't seen before. The walls are down, folks. So let's take a breath. After a weekend that literally sent shockwaves through the business, what does the battlefield actually look like now? What is the new normal? I think this chart sums it up perfectly. For WWE, they're setting the stage for their biggest show, while completely retooling their philosophy from the ground up. For AEW, they've just proven they can land a huge name and immediately strap a rocket to his back.
And for the whole industry, the old rules are out the window. Loyalty is fluid, talent moves lightning fast, and companies are actually willing to play nice. Which leaves us with this one final question to chew on. We've always talked about a war between companies, but when wrestlers can jump ship in a single day and promotions are sharing stars, is that war even a thing anymore? Or, and this is the exciting part, has it just entered a new phase that's more chaotic and unpredictable than we ever could have imagined?
This has been another Way Too Real disaster.